Welcome back to this explainer. As we briefly touched on in our last discussion about emotional well-being, today we are treating personal self-care not just as some passing wellness trend, but as an executive-level strategy for actual emotional resilience. We're going to unpack a highly structured blueprint that connects the dots between how you treat your physical body and how your mind handles the sheer chaos of daily life.
So, let's dive right in by challenging ourselves with a pretty crucial question. Can you truly be emotionally healthy if your physical needs are completely neglected? Think about how often we try to literally outthink burnout while totally ignoring our physical maintenance. We try to positive talk our way out of pure exhaustion while running on maybe 4 hours of sleep and a cold cup of coffee. Today, we're going to learn exactly why that doesn't work and what we should be doing instead.
Here is our roadmap for today's session. First, the mind-body connection. Second, accumulating positive emotions. Third, building mastery. Fourth, coping ahead. Fifth, the please protocol. And finally, maintaining your emotional baseline.
Let's start with part 1, the mind-body connection, setting the foundation.
We're looking at the ABC Please framework. This is a foundational technique from dialectical behavior therapy, or DBT for short, specifically designed for emotional regulation. It operates on a simple but incredibly powerful premise. Your emotional resilience is deeply, inextricably linked to your physical health. You have to proactively care for both of them simultaneously. This isn't just about feeling good in the moment, it's about building a literal fortress around your emotional well-being so that when the stress hits, and it will, you are fully prepared.
Moving on to part 2, A, accumulate positive emotions, building your buffer.
The A here stands for accumulate positive emotions. Now, this doesn't mean just waiting around for good things to randomly happen to you. It means actively scheduling joy. I'm talking about carving out dedicated time for activities that bring you genuine happiness, whether that's grabbing coffee with friends, rewatching a favorite movie, or diving into a hobby. Think of it like banking positive emotions. You are intentionally building up a savings account against stress, so when a rough day happens, your emotional bank account isn't totally overdrawn. You actually have reserves to tap into.
Next up is part 3. B, build mastery, fostering confidence.
So, B is for build mastery. And this is such a fascinating psychological lever. It's all about engaging in activities that actually challenge you or force you to learn a completely new skill. By taking a big, ambitious goal, breaking it down into highly manageable steps, and systematically knocking them out, you are methodically building your self-esteem. You're teaching your brain, hey, I can handle difficult things. And that built-up confidence translates directly into how you handle unexpected stressors in real life.
Which brings us to part 4, cope ahead, the proactive playbook.
Think about the absolute chaos of reacting in the moment versus the real leadership tactic of coping ahead. When we just let future events wash over us without a plan, we get hit with massive anxiety and get completely overwhelmed. But coping ahead means we anticipate those stressful situations. We map out that nightmare of a work week, or we mentally rehearse a plan for a difficult conversation. By doing this, you drastically reduce your anxiety because your brain already has a roadmap for how to handle the stressor when it actually shows up at your door.
Now for part 5. Please, the physical foundation, non-negotiable maintenance.
The crucial point you absolutely have to remember is this: high-level psychological skills will fail without physical maintenance. You just cannot be emotionally healthy if your basic physical needs are neglected. If you ignore the hardware, your software is going to crash. It really is that simple.
Let's look at how this builds a complete system. The second half of our framework breaks down the PLEASE acronym, linking every single physical action directly to an emotional return on investment. PLEASE stands for treat physical illness, balanced eating, avoid mood-altering substances, sleep, and exercise. Let's dig into how each of these operates as a massive pillar for your mental state.
First up, treat physical illness in balanced eating. Look, never ignore physical issues or try to just push through when you are genuinely sick. Go to the doctor, take your meds, and get some rest. And you've got to fuel your body properly. We're talking a healthy diet full of fruits, veggies, and lean proteins. Don't skip meals, and try not to use food as a coping mechanism for stress. Treating your body with respect and giving it the right nutrients is step number 1 in maintaining emotional control. Next is avoiding mood-altering substances. It's incredibly vital to be mindful of how drugs and alcohol affect your baseline mood. These substances artificially alter your brain chemistry, which makes emotional regulation exponentially harder. By avoiding or strictly limiting them, you ensure you stay squarely in the driver's seat of your own emotional well-being. You are literally removing the static from your mental signal.
And finally, sleep and exercise.
You've got to recognize that a lack of restful sleep directly destroys your resilience. Establishing a consistent sleep routine is entirely non-negotiable for emotional health. And you have to pair that with exercise. Incorporating regular physical activity, whether that's a brisk walk, a yoga session, or playing a pickup game, is a clinically proven strategy to boost your mood and burn off daily stress. Your body is designed to move, and doing so physically clears out the mental fog.
Let's bring it all together with Part 6, maintaining your emotional baseline, the daily alignment.
By treating this ABC PLEASE acronym as a daily checklist, you are creating an unbeatable system. Step 1. You secure your physical baseline with the PLEASE protocol. Eat right, sleep, move, and stay healthy. Once that foundation is locked in, Step 2. You bank positive emotions by seeking out joy. Step 3. You build confidence by mastering new challenges. And Step 4. You plan ahead for the inevitable friction of life. You build the physiological baseline first, and then systematically build your mental readiness on top of it.
So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on today. Which part of your baseline needs your attention today? Seriously, audit your own life right now. Are you skipping sleep? Are you failing to accumulate positive emotions? Identify exactly where your system is weakest right now and use this mind-body blueprint to take back control. Because knowledge is only power if you actually apply it. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I highly encourage you to start putting the ABC Please framework to work for you today.